of you. No,
That's very kind of them. You won't tell me who it is.
Well, but you went to public schools,
right?
And you came up rich, or you came up middle class, or what?
I came up Soviet. Which means...
Are you Russian?
Yeah, I was born...
Soltanovich.
Yeah, I was born actually in the Ukraine.
A Russian Jew.
Yeah.
Oh, the Russian Jews. The Jews in Russia did not have a good time of it.
They didn't have it wasn't a party every day.
The word pogrom is a Jewish, I think it's a Yiddish name for what would happen to the Jews until it got so bad that most of them had to emigrate. Of course, there's World War II, which was the worst, the culmination. But even before that, they would live in these things called the pales, right? The ghettos. And they were just routinely brutalized because the Tsar would be like, well, the economy's doing shitty. Let's blame the Jews. And people would march into your village and,
Yeah,
you know this, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is not a prosthetic. You know what I mean? This nose is a Soviet nose.
You're a good-looking woman. Don't kid yourself.
I have to just, fix my ponytail a little bit. That was from a bit we did before we started rolling. But I grew up in the public schools. That was the question, right?
Yeah, I want to know about you.
Yeah, all public schools.
In other words, you're a comic. What do you think you're a comic and as good as you are?
Oh, I was hit severely. And that's all you need to know,
and
really.
Just quiet. And that's the end of the podcast. I was hit severely. Right.
Or what if it was just silent and I'm just sitting here crying and you go to the sponsor?
But we just hear tears hitting a wood plank.
Well, we're sponsored by Squarespace today.
but we got a crying Soviet.
Weren't you hit at all?
My mother. But yes, I was hit.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
My mother would take a riding crop or a wooden spoon to my legs or my ass.
A riding crop?
Oh yes, she used to ride horses. And I was a pain in the ass. And I want to say something. I deserved to be hit, looking back on it. I was a little shithead.
Okay.
And I'm not emotionally scarred from it either.
Okay. Well, I don't think I deserve to be hit in as many public places as it took place.
Is that right? Did you get hit a lot?
Oh my God!
So you're not kidding about this?
No, of course not. No, why would I even kid? Isn't this the Brian Callen Truth Hour?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh no, I was smacked, and I was much taller than my mom by the time I got into junior high, like 7th grade.
Yeah.
Because she's an itty bitty little. She's just a little mini Jew. You know what I mean? She's tiny, and she would jump. I mean, she didn't care. She would like Air Jordans in the '80s or whatever, like the Reeboks, whatever they were, and she'd jump to smack me.
Wow.
That's the Soviet way. That's just the Russian way. Not every.
Do you speak Russian?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But there's a difference between being Russian and being Russian Jewish, isn't there?
Well, yes.
What is it?
Well, there's also a difference between being a Soviet Jew from when we immigrated in the late 70s to a Soviet Jew now. That is hugely
what is the
different.
Difference?
When my parents immigrated, they went to night school to learn the language. They worked 2 jobs. They were struggling, and they really came with nothing. We were actually considered refugees.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
That's true in the 70s. Of course you were. You probably weren't even allowed out of the country. But
no, there was one train that left the Ukraine. And when it left, it went towards, speaking of Austria, towards Austria.
So your family was in the Ukraine?
Yeah, that's where I was born,
Jesus.
And so when it left, everybody around the little village would come to the train station knowing that one train that left was taking people out. Like, you weren't coming back. Not like in an Auschwitz type of way, but you know what I mean? Like in an immigration way. And it was so frowned upon. How could you leave Mother Russia?
Yeah.
There's nothing for you. That's what they would tell Jews, by the way, that there's nothing for Jews anywhere else in the world.
I bet.
That you'd be treated way worse than we treat you here. So we got in this train, and people are throwing garbage at us, and my mom's holding me, and I'm really little, and my older brother, and my dad had gone ahead to find housing. So it was just my mom and us, and my uncle took us to the train station, and they're throwing garbage, and they're throwing crap, and just like screaming and yelling and cursing at us. And we get on the train, and my mom's just covered in filth, right? And I was really little, and I started to poop.
Yeah.
And we didn't have like diapers really. It was just like a cloth, whatever, like with literally like a safety pin, like in the cartoons. And my mom held her hand out, and I pooped in her hand. And she opened the window and she threw it out the window at all the people throwing garbage.
Kira shit. Kira poo. And
so that's how we
wild.
left. That's how we left Russia.
And that's how you started an epidemic that killed the entire village. Hepatitis X. Which is hepatitis with some hate added.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's an amazing. If you ever